Thank you, Kasha, and I'm grateful to you for the opportunity to present our work at COnovate, where we're developing these revolutionary materials for evolutionary solutions. So this is, as Kasha mentioned, a form of solid carbon monoxide that I'll be introducing you to today. This is a 2D material, very similar to graphene, but now a 1-to-1 ratio of carbon to oxygen. And it lithiates, and that's what I'm going to tell you about a little bit today as well. So we've made this material at scale, tested it in 200 milliamp hour batteries, showing that it has fast charging capabilities. And of course, that's important for our future EV adoption. So let me introduce you to the material a little bit first. So this material has its electrostatic capability, but it also has predicted mechanical performance, strong, flexible, and lightweight. It's a semiconductor naturally. It is chemically stable and also has high thermal conductivity. All in this paper referenced at the bottom. So it's a simple, robust, and elegant material. But today I'm going to talk a lot about the battery applications. So what is graphene monoxide as opposed to graphite oxide, graphene oxide, and a reduced graphene oxide? We're all familiar with these materials, and these images will help you remember what's distinct about those. They have a lot of defects and a lot of different oxygen functional groups, OHs, carbonyls, and COHs, etc. What's different about our material, that's solid graphene monoxide, is that it's a 1-to-1 ratio of carbon to oxygen. And we see here a top view, side views, and a projection view, just so you get a sense of that structure that we have. So it's a 2D material, but it also has this out of plane oxygens, both above and below the planes, based on a 1,3-dioxetane. So this is just blowing that up so that you can see that structure, both from the top view and the side views. So this is stable. It's stable up to 800 degrees Celsius. And is also lithiates. So that's where we'll go next. So if we think about the lithiation of graphite, we're all familiar that has a predicted 372 milliamp hour per gram lithiation. And if we look at that lithiation in a top view, we can see that the lithium occupies every other carbon hexagon. But when you look at the lithiation that's predicted for our graphene monoxide material from DFT calculations, the full lithiation is actually a 1-to-1 ratio of lithium to carbon to oxygen, and it calculates to 957 milliamp hour per gram. And this is all highlighted in this article here that's stated. So that leads to a higher capacity. The optimized 100% GMO would be this COphite optimized. What we're generating in the lab is a demonstrated capacity of around 600 because our material is actually a composite of materials, this graphene monoxide, graphene, and a transition metal oxide. So we've demonstrated that this works in 200 milliamp hour batteries, and we're in the process of making, scaling up to 10 kilogram batches with collaboration with Argonne National Laboratory and MERF, which I'll mention a little bit later as well. So just to show that we do have higher capacity than graphite, we've made batteries both with our materials, COphite, and compared them to similar batteries made with graphite. And we show that under cycling at C/3 charging and discharging rates, we're achieving this higher capacity over the first 15 cycles. If we proceed from there and we think about what's going on with that lithiation, that lithiation that's predicted in the paper I mentioned earlier does show, if we're looking at the density of states, that when our material starts, it's a semiconductor, it's a GMO, but even upon the first lithiation, it becomes metallic. And as you continue to get to more and more lithiation up to the lithium